What's going on, y'all?
Hey guys.
We back and we back and we back. So me and Kay back. She finally back. I missed you, and it was so hard to. And I'm back. So this is part 2 of how we got engaged in over a year.
In under a year, Jason.
So this is part 2 of how we got engaged
in under a year.
So what's going on, y'all? Jay&Kay, we back. So we're gonna have a little baby talk about what you was talking about in the video.
Okay, so in the video, basically, I was telling you guys about how Jay and I got engaged after dating for under a year. Actually, we're not gonna get specific about how many months, but yeah, it was well under a year.
Right.
I basically was saying how, some people may be like, oh my gosh, like, do you even know each other? That type of thing, whatever. And I always wondered, like, how people knew how they knew each other, like, well enough to know that. Never been in a situation where I could tell that, but now I definitely understand. In one of the videos before, Jay talked about how, like, he felt our connection was, like, after our first, like, real conversation.
You just gonna look at the video like that? Yeah, what I deal with on a consistent basis.
So why are you talking like that? Stop.
Country.
Anyway, what else was I saying?
So first of all, she gonna mess up our video by reading the text message, and then she don't even remember. And then she gonna, y'all, we boring to her, y'all. Let's hear what she got to say. Are you done? Are you finished? Thank you. We apologize for that commercial.
What's your take on it? Or what do you have to say about it?
Y'all, we done been through some junk. Most people would have been like, hey, cuz, how I feel? But we fought it all.
One of our subscribers, I hope she's a subscriber,
The shameless plug.
commented on the video and said she wanted to know what we meant by officially together. So we wanted to elaborate on that
Nice
a
word
little
usage.
bit.
So what does it mean to officially date? To officially date means you have chosen that person to be your one, your only, your numero uno.
I think she meant, like, what do we mean by officially? Like, so y'all weren't dating before? What do you mean, like,
No.
officially?
So in the beginning, we were not dating. We felt each other, like, really strong. And if you watched our other videos, we were not dating. It may seem like dating. People are telling us, oh, y'all must be dating. But we wasn't.
We were just friends.
Because we were just, like, real close
It wasn't
friends.
even possible for us to really
Because we had
be
too
together.
much going
like,
on.
he was going through a divorce.
Yes.
I had my own personal things going on.
She was going through
a lot of personal growth. I had recently broken up with someone.
Like, it was real.
For the personal growth, like, after that, I was like, okay, I need to get myself together. Things I needed for myself. And I wasn't exactly sure what it was. But then he came along and he helped me figure those things out, like, without even knowing it,
And for me, like, and have been very successful.
Let me show you this book real quick.
Baby, you just gonna get up like that? She just gonna get up and go to our bookshelf.
So another reason why we hadn't started dating is because I didn't know if I was ready for that. Like, he's 7 years older than me. The oldest I've dated than myself was, let me think, 5 years, I think. So that was different. The fact that he had already been married, that was different. The fact that he had kids, that was different. I love kids. I love his kids. Like, they're my babies. I love them. But I just didn't know if I wanted to. I knew that I wanted him, but I didn't know if
she wanted my life.
I was ready for all that. People think we've been dating for years.
And we haven't. We just
like, we've known each other for
a while. But
we've known each other for 2 years, but
right. We haven't been dating. It's just, but our connection when we were friends was just that strong.
And we're not those people that's like, oh, we just friends. Like, we won't own nothing, no kissing,
no
nothing. Yeah.
Like, none of that kissing where you hug and you hold, but that's that's my sis, but y'all doing stuff.
I had never even hugged this man, but I knew that I was gonna marry him.
That's real.
Like,
cause she used to laugh at me because, like, one time one time
I tried to be slick.
and tried to get a hug, and I said, "Hey," I gave her. We call it a faith Christian.
So I was like, so we had like we were talking or whatever, and I was like, all right, and he was.
I said-
Go talk about. I was like, oh, and then he gonna text me later. So I saw you trying to be. I got this book. It's called Dating the Divorced Man. So like this book, is really good. Like it had like everything that they said in here is pretty much accurate. I'm gonna read the content, table of contents. What's so special about separated and divorced men? Proceed with caution. The soon-to-be separated man, the separated man, single, married, or what? The divorcing man. So it talks about if they're gonna be separated. If they're already separated, which was his situation. The divorce. No, he was the divorcing man. Divorcing / divorced man. He was the divorcing / divorced.
And I was going through the divorce.
And he got divorced. The other woman, the ex, it talks about like things that their emotions and how they may act after the 5 rules for dealing with his ex. Parents are forever. So the kids dealing with men that have kids. The 5 rules of dating men with children, friend or foe, family and friends, how family and friends are going to react. That's another thing, because some people, felt like, oh, it's too fast or whatever.
A lot of people.
On both ends. On both ends. My friends, his family.
Like, and it will. Go ahead, I'm sorry, I'm getting so excited.
My friends, his family, friends. And that's just because they care about us. They want to protect us. So it's not like that, oh my gosh. Y'all, I broke my nail clean in my classroom today. Don't judge me. I'm getting it done tomorrow.
People don't care. Ain't nobody gonna be like, ooh, but I seen her right there. Look. Did you see what I see? Rewind it back. People don't care about that kind of stuff. Ooh, baby, she talking about all this and that, but that nail though. That nail
That's
though.
not even gonna be.
They not gonna.
I don't care either way. Anyways, but we know that when the people were saying that stuff, that they were basically just protecting us. They loved us. They cared about us. So my friends were like, he's just getting out of this. Are you sure you want to deal with all that? Are you sure you're ready to deal with somebody with kids? Are you ready to be somebody's stepmama? Like, you know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. His people were like...
Well, like, now, my family was, like, super religious. Well, is this what God is telling you?
Just to know yourself.
I tried, y'all. Oh, my God. I have never in my life tried so hard to get over a girl and not feel her. And it's like, I couldn't get over. Like, every time I'd be like, okay, Jason, you good? You done told her, it's over. You good, man. Dap myself up. And then I would see her and I'd fall right in love with her. Like, I've never met a girl to make my insides cry when I see her. Like, I'd be like, oh my God. Like, I've never loved somebody so much. I haven't.
Same. And it's not like, oh, like
infatuation.
people be like, oh, this is the honeymoon stage. I don't believe in that, first of all. Like,
me neither. Like, people like, y'all just keep living. I feel like Sade when they say this is no ordinary love. Like, but I don't want to sound like, because everybody be like.
I've said this before, like, he has helped me to become the best version of me. I've never been able to say that about anybody. Like, usually, like, I'm the fixer kind, not fixer, but like, usually there's nobody that like has been able to help me grow the way he's helped me grow in ways that I didn't know that I needed to grow.
I can't get comfortable with her. I can't, and that's one of the things that I love about Kiera. I cannot get comfortable because it's always a new journey. Every time I wake up, it's a new fear that I have to get over. It's a new thing that I have to get over every time. So I'm constantly growing. I'm constantly growing, and I love that about myself. So our relationship is never dull because it's always something new.
Another thing we're going to address is when
she's everything that I wanted here that I never said to somebody. Like, I have a certain kind of preference. People talk about their list. Oh, I got a list. My list was in here. And she was like, when I pulled out my list, it's her.
I wasn't sure about certain things because I had never been. I was kind of afraid, honestly. But I felt like I wanted to be with him regardless of anything. Like, none of it was negative necessarily, but it's just stuff I wasn't used to, be with him. He had his doubts about some things about me and my life, my lifestyle, sexuality, all that. But we just communicated with each other, and we decided that we wanted to be together. We might as well be together. We wanted to continue helping each other grow. We wanted to continue having fun with each other, but we wanted to take it to the next level. the level that everybody thought we were at, but we don't
I
yet.
want to marry her, but I was having anxiety out the wazoo to propose to her because it was time I was waking up in cold sweats because I was afraid of being left again, and I still struggle with that sometimes. And I'll probably do a vlog about that. Anxiety. We're gonna do a vlog about anxiety and depression. I was struggling, y'all. Like I was like, oh my god, because this person is so great. How do I know she's not gonna replace me? And I was using every insecurity that I had, that she had, that I wasn't comfortable with about her. I was using that as fuel to push me away from her.
And I would be like, ain't going nowhere.
And to correct, to check off. See right there. See what she did right there. See, I knew it, man. She gone. And I dealt with that anxiety. And so one time I was talking to my mom. Shout out to my mom. And I said, Ma, I want to marry her. I want to be with her, but I'm afraid. And sometimes the best way to deal with your fear is to face it.
And that song. No one's ever really prepared for marriage because it's growth, and you can't be prepared for growth. Something that, right. What's that song?
Seinfeld, Matrimony.
Yeah.
If it's a question of my heart, you got it, and it belongs to anyone but you. Yeah.
If there's a question of my love, you got it, baby. Don't worry, I got plans for you.
Yeah.
You talking to your mom?
I was talking to my mom. My mom said, Jason, go for it. And I just said, and I went to her and I proposed. I should show them the video. I proposed to her and I got on my knee and I said, everything is not going to always be perfect.
You said?
Everything is not going to always be perfect. My fault, y'all. My fault. Everything is not going to always be perfect. But if you trust me, I promise I'll make it worth it. And I meant that so much. I meant that. And I never looked back since then. Oh man. I never looked back. I never looked back since then. And it's tough. It's not gonna be perfect. It's not gonna be perfect, but it's worth it when you work towards a better goal, a brighter future.
It's not always perfect. Like we have things that are tough right now, but we know how to work with each other. We know how to communicate with each other. We know how to be honest with each other. We know how to give our opinions to each other. We know he knows how to take criticism more than I do, but I'm working on it. We're learning as we go along, and you guys see the happy us whatever together, but like we're just like everybody else. Like we have things that we deal with
on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And it's tough, man. Sometimes it's just so tough, but when you have somebody that's gonna be there no matter what, like that's the biggest part for me, being there, man.
I feel like we've already been through like some of the toughest things together.
Real tough, like where where people would have just like checked out and said, this is not for us, I'm gonna do something different. Mm-hmm. And like it's tough, man.
So when he proposed, like I know what I want in a relationship. I know what I want in a partner, regardless of who they are. And he was all of those things. Everything wasn't perfect. There were some questionable things, but I felt like they were things that I could deal with being with him. Like I always say this, like if you're my friend, you probably heard me say this. I wouldn't have said yes if I felt that I needed to change him. If I could be with him without him changing anything about himself and be with him for the rest of my life without him changing anything about himself, then I felt like it was okay because I felt like I could.
If y'all know the relationship is not going anywhere, let it go.
Let it go.
Marriage too. And most people don't want.
Yes, my friend Brittany was talking about, I'm name dropping, but on her Snap, she was talking about a situation that she was having a conversation with some people, whatever, and basically the person like is settled, and you could tell the person's unhappy, but they acted
don't wanna
like they
move on,
wanted
right.
to because they were afraid to move on. Like, I've done things, like I've been in a relationship and I'm like, okay, this is not, it, and, not been the best significant other, partner, whatever. But I learned from that situation, like, you can't do that. Can't waste your time, can't waste the other person's time.
It has to be growth in a relationship. You have to be growing daily. If you're not growing, it's not going anywhere. So don't play yourself. And I know some people feel this. Let me stop you right there with the marriage thing. Because let me tell you, my pastor said marriage is sacred. Listen, all that's real, but it's not if you're not happy. You think God is a father for you saved folks out there? God is a father. So what father wants their daughter or son to be unhappy? I'll wait. At the end of the day, y'all, be true to yourself. Be to thy own self.
Be true.
That dead faith. Be true. We love y'all. Hey, Jay&Kay Show, we out.
No, we're not yet. You forgot to do something, guys. You forgot to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button.
Subscribe.
Share the video.
Please.
Let us know what you think. Comment. We like the questions. We like people that don't agree with us. Let us know. Don't be rude about it.
But let us know. Be like, oh, let me stop you right there. That's real.
You may help us figure out something that we haven't thought about ourselves. So.
Right. So, as always, please subscribe. I'm Jay.
I'm Kay.
Do your thing. Yeah, always do that, baby. Like, God.
Don't tell me what to do.
I'm telling you what to do. Sometimes I'm to go.
All right, come on.
So as always, I'm Jay.
I'm Kay.
See, she ain't want to do it because she ain't real. She fight. And we gonna holler at y'all a little bit later.
All right.
Peace.
Bye, guys.